All right, this is going to be the intro to Photoshop. Now, what is Photoshop? It's a popular software, very popular, and you can pretty much create your own graphics. And the most, known use of Photoshop is to edit existing images. So, Adobe Illustrator is also software you can use, and the key difference really is Photoshop is more raster based and Illustrator is vector based, which is why it's called Illustrator, because you're really going to do more of the creating, especially logos. Logos definitely going to be used with Illustrator, but you can use both. You can use both at the same time. So in Photoshop, when you're looking to create a new project, you see create new over here, and also drag and drop file. This is if you just want to get straight into editing an existing image, but you're just going to click create new just to see the presets. So of course there's a title. Let's just do first project. And you see width and height. These are the dimensions, but you can also bypass that looking into your photo, print, art, illustration, web, mobile, film, and video. These are just very useful presets for what you want to do. Like if you want to make a wallpaper for your iPhone 6, you can go to mobile and then iPhone 6 right here, 8/8/7/6. There it is. So the most popular is going to be the default. As you can see, the width and height changes based on that. And we'll use inches. You can also use pixels, centimeters, millimeters, and then points and picas are associated with typography. You can also use those. So orientation is nothing more than, for portrait, it's if the height is greater than the width, and landscape is if width is greater than height. So 7 inches is width, which is greater than height. It's going to make it landscape. That's all it is. If I change this to 4, watch how this magically change to portrait mode, the tall one, because width is less than height. That's all it is. Artboards, see the little box you can check. So artboards, you can check this. All that does is you can see the project will be a blank screen with the title at the top. Artboards makes so you can use multiple. It's essentially different groups of layers. So different, it's going to end up exporting as different photos. You can just do that all in one project. That's pretty much what artboards is. You can do a lot more with it. You can go a lot more in depth, but we're going to stay away from it for right now. Resolution is going to be you can see the unit pixels per inch. It's how many pixels is squeezed into 1 inch, and it's going to be 300 per inch. And that is the standard resolution for printing. Of course, you think of something like 4K, that's over 1200, something like that. But for printing, resolution 300. And also, you won't notice really too much in the project because it's within the dimensions that were chosen before right here. And of course, it only extends to the size of the monitor. So this is only going to be really noticed when it's exported, whether it be exported through email, exported through printing. That's really when you're going to notice the most. Color mode, Once again, this can get more advanced, but RGB is just the way to go. It essentially, think of the colors as channels. RGB has red, green, and blue, and it has a bit rate. So how much information can be stored in each pixel. So for 8 bits, you can have 256 values for each channel. R red, G green, and B blue. And of course, if each channel has a value and you have a combination, you get it well over the 16, I think over 16 million different combinations. So that's how you get multiple colors. 18 bits adds even more values per channel. And that's how you get even more uh, accuracy, precision with the colors. The content, you can see white, black, background color, transparent. White's going to be the most commonly used one. It's just the background of your work. It's going to also make it easier to see what you're doing. And the color is that little box here. You can choose whatever you want. White, of course, once again, is going to be the most commonly used. And then you can go to advanced options. It's advanced for a reason. Color profile, that gets really complicated, and that's usually when there's an input and an output used. So, for example, if you're taking a picture, let's say of a shoe, which has colors, that has its own profile. So when you scan it, you have to make sure that the colors that you're receiving are correct for you to print it as you saw it in that picture. So that's when it gets a little bit more complicated. And lastly, the pixel aspect ratio is for your own eyes, like the the ratio of pixels, uh, pretty much as you see it on the screen. Square pixels means 1:1, which literally means the length of a pixel is the same as the height of the pixel on your screen. It doesn't change what the actual result will be, but it's just how you see it on your screen. So after everything's done, you click, let's just say you want default. You have the name of the project, the width, the height, all the units are in check. You can go ahead and create. All right, and that'll be all for this tutorial.